Hello, my lovely friends, fine souls. Thank you for joining me on this video. So this is going to be about past karma. Now, you may or may not be working through any of this karma in this lifetime because time is fluid. And quite honestly, I don't believe we work through all of our karma in one lifetime, but you may get some clarification as to why certain things come up for you in this lifetime, why certain things seem to be either roadblocks or repeated issues or circumstances that are always coming forward for you. Now, this is a really deep, serious reading. I didn't know it would be that until I did the card. So typically what I do is I put the intention out there for what it is that I want to pick a card for. And I said, this is karma, this is past karma that people will be dealing with. There will be 6 piles. And I shuffle. And then when I get the message, either one card falls out and that's my signal to stop, or I just get a very distinct message to stop shuffling. Then I start dealing the cards out. And I do that for the different piles. There's 2 tarots in here. There's Animal Spirit Oracle, there's Energy Oracle, there's Mystical Shaman Oracles, and there's also Planetary Energy in these piles. So I did that. I was going to just, start putting them out, put them in the piles, and what I see when I do the video is what you guys see. I got a very strong message to flip the pile over. Flip pile 1 over and look at it. And I thought, I don't know why I need to do that, but I'm just being told that I need to do that. So I flipped it and I was shocked. I was really shocked. Like, this is really deep karmic stuff. So I flipped all of them and I looked at them, and I'm going to tell you, I made notes. I've got notes here, guys, about these piles. I've got a lot of notes because I don't want to miss anything that I picked up in these piles. And I'm also going to say right now that if you were hoping for more of sort of a fun and breezy kind of pick a card, like, oh yeah, in a past life I was a queen and I did this. There is none of that in this. Some of this stuff is really heavy. One of these piles, somebody lost everything. So I'm serious, like there is really some serious stuff in these piles. But what is beautiful about them, and this is what really tells me that Spirit is speaking, is that so many of the energy oracle cards in these readings, in these piles, say exactly the same message as the cards in front of them, from the animal spirit cards or from the tarot cards. It's like a confirmation that yes, this is what you're going through, or this is what has happened. And then the shaman, the mystical shamans have answers. It's just really amazing how it played out. The mystical shaman and the planetary cards had answers, which made me feel really good because some of the karma underneath these cards is pretty scary. So I'm going to just leave it at that. So if you're not looking for a real serious, deep dive into your past karma or past life or lives that you've had before, and things that you've struggled through in them, then this is not the video for you. And then, yeah, go find the right video. But if you really would like to dive deeply to get a little bit of insight, I really feel strongly that Spirit has spoken quite profoundly in this shuffle. And yeah, so I will, at times it may sound like I'm reading something because I am. And I want to make sure that I've got it here because this is big stuff. So I haven't numbered anything. We've got Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth, which is number 54 at the top. We have Stag Spirit, Take the Lead, which is number 58 at the top. We have Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power, number 44 at the top. We have Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, number 22 at the top. We have Vulture Spirit, Nothing is Wasted, number 63 at the top. And we have Parrot Spirit, watch your words, number 45 at the top. So these will be known officially in the timestamps as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? I should probably write that down. So I'm gonna keep track. I've got my notes here anyway, so I know what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is because I've got it all here. So on that note, let's get started. We're going to start with Skunk Spirit. I'm just moving these out of the way, and I'm trying to keep them in order, because that would be a catastrophe, wouldn't it, if I got everybody's karma mixed up? That would be horrible. Oh yeah, so go to your timestamp. Sorry, I'm really distracted by how deep the messages are in this reading. Okay, I feel like it's like I have a test here. Like I'd never made notes about a reading before. This is pretty heavy. Okay, so my notes are here. Got my notes. Okay, so we're going to start. If you picked a beautiful little skunk spirit, know your worth. Here come your cards. So you have the Death card. You have the Tree of Life card. I'll tell you what that card means to me in a minute between me and Spirit. I'm on an angle here, so let's keep this. Okay, let's get that out of the picture. You have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. You have Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. You have Walking Away as your energy oracle. Your shaman, I think is the better pronunciation, is the Time Master. Your other shaman is the Witness. And your planetary energy is the Sun. Okay, so I'm going to put these here, and I'm going to start telling you what is here. First, I'll tell you about this card. So this Tree of Life card, it's a very deep card. It's about the explanation for existence itself. It's deeper than I can dive in any reading. It could take anyone days or weeks to really understand the Tree of Life and all the symbolism within it. So for me, because it speaks of sort of the beginning of time, the explanation to existence itself, for me, that is a very deep, deep soulmate connection. Very deep soulmate connection. And twin flame connection. So take it as you will and take it as it resonates for you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what this past karma is in this reading, and then I'm going to go through it. I'm going to break it down for you, and I'm going to give you some help in it. So you walked away from your twin flame or your deep soulmate connection. You walked away in a past life. You just left the situation. Now, why you did it, we will get into that. But yeah, you walked away and you went into a completely different direction, and you did not look back. So you did leave this soulmate person for you in this past life, or this twin flame, your twin flame, feeling very abandoned. They really felt abandoned by this. Now, as we go through this reading, let's remember that everything that we do and experience is the correct thing for us. So you needed to do this. There was a growth that you needed to do. This wasn't wrong. This is just part of your development, right? So if we look at this beautiful Koala Spirit card. So these are the two cards here that are telling me about your spirit, your twin flame, soulmate connection, and the death of that, and you walking away. I have no idea what that sound is. This is like the first time that sound has ever come up in this room where I'm recording. I think someone's running water. Anyways, so your Koala Spirit is all about being very distracted and chasing after many things without recognizing what you actually had. So you're not knowing yourself or the loved ones around you, or even recognizing that those can be cherished. Spirit had a plan. I guess you could say Spirit had a plan in a past life, and I don't have any information for you here in terms of how long ago that was. You can look at some of the numbers on these cards and we may try to figure that out, but it was in the past, and the past is done, but there's some karma here because of that. So Spirit had a plan, and the plan was that you and this deep soulmate connection, or this twin flame, would come together in that life, but you weren't ready for it. Like I said, you were very distracted. You were chasing after many things. There were many things that had your attention, many other people that had your attention. And instead of trusting in the process for Spirit, I get the message that it was taking too long. It was taking too long, and you didn't trust in the plan. There was too many other things to do. You felt like you were missing out on other opportunities, other people, other situations, and you just weren't going to do it. You weren't going to take the time for it. So that's kind of like the big reason why this seems to have happened for you in this past life. If we look at our beasts, so these are both the animal spirit oracles. So this is what Koala is telling us about part of the reason why this happened. Now we have beast spirit. Sweet results await. So part of the reason you were moving around, you didn't have trust in Spirit at the time, was you were really basing decisions on ego. Your ego was driving you. You were also overworking. You felt that it was more important to create stronger monetary gains for yourself, to create, I guess, I get this like a home, a hive, right? Where you could live and be happy, but you didn't have the patience to work on both at the same time. And, I feel that this deep soulmate person, and they'll be with you now. They'll be somehow connected. You're always connected. So it's not like you abandoned them, right? It just sort of happened in a lifetime. But a lifetime is very short when we look at how long, well, we've existed forever. We always have and we always will. So these connections, they can't be broken. When it's something this deep, so you're not getting these messages in any sense to feel guilt or to feel like you did something wrong. It's just to try to bring some clarity towards you, for you, in this lifetime, to understand some of the issues that you may be facing over and over again, or feelings that you're struggling with. So you didn't at the time take time for the loved ones in your life. You just, because you didn't understand that Spirit had a plan. You didn't feel Spirit at the time. You really looked at life in terms of anyone that, is in this criteria could be my partner. So do I really need to spend or put all of my effort into this person that I'm with right now, who seems to need more of my time, but I can't give it because I need to work. I need to do this. These people over there seem a lot more interesting than this person that I'm with right now. So there was a lot of that going on. And I feel like you walked away. And in this energy oracle card, I feel like this person isn't the one walking away. I feel like this is the person looking back at you as you walk away. And I feel like Spirit is sitting here sort of watching it happen. And this person is illuminated in the same way that Spirit is. I feel like they understood the connection They really understood the connection between the two of you. So that's what happened. That's what your karma is. I'm going to give you some answers here. And this is what's really beautiful about the shaman. They've come forward in every one of these piles with really beautiful information. So the Time Master is here to tell you that time is not linear. Time is fluid. You can actually influence the past through changes to the present and the future simultaneously. And that won't even make sense, right? But what this is trying to tell you is that at whatever point you come together with this person, whether you do it in this life, you do it in 2 or 3 lives from now, it corrects everything. It corrects the past. It aligns the future. So don't feel pressure about it. Don't feel any pressure about it. And look at the infinity symbol, right? We've existed forever and we shall exist forever. There's no start and there's no beginning because it's not linear. So that kind of helps you to understand that this is a journey, right? And that what happened in the past is all about building your present, which will recreate your future and alter the past. It's pretty incredible. And yeah, and I've written down here, at any point, you can fix everything. Everything gets fixed. So it's all in due time, and it's all in your journey, right? So the Witness card, this one is a little bit deeper. The message is a little bit deeper. So change your reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. So you need to just take the time in this lifetime for the stillness so that Spirit can reveal to you what you really do want, instead of chasing after everything or, letting some things go because you don't think you can have both at this time. I'm just looking at my notes here on this one. Oh, yeah, okay. You thought that you were the doer. You thought that you were the doer. Things happen when you get out of the way, actually. And this is something that I always say to myself. Remember, you're not a human doing. You're a human being, right? So it's not about doing everything. It's just being, and just being in the moment, which is what this card is also telling you to do in a sense, right? Everything will line up again and fix itself when it feels right, when it's going to happen for you. Kind of get out of your own way and let it happen. Let it happen. So the Sun card is really very much about self-awareness, self-esteem, self-identity. It's associated with our birth dates. So in a sense, you really could not have deeply connected with this soulmate, this twin flame in a past life, because you were still seeking out your own self-esteem and your own self-identity. So think about, this card is also asking you, the Sun is asking you to think about ideals that you have about paternal figures and authoritative figures. People in your life that have authority or have had authority in the past. Are they influencing how you see yourself? Because seeing yourself for who you truly are is what will really open you up to this connection with your soulmate. And I might be speaking to some of you who've already done this. Maybe you've already cleared that energy, right? Or you're on your way to clearing it. And perhaps that isn't something that is a priority in this lifetime for you. Because remember, time is not linear, right? And there's so many different levels of karma and karmic energy and karmic lessons that all of us are going through. Spirit isn't going to put all of it on you in one lifetime. It's like crazy, right? So yeah, just be gentle with yourself and know, and take the time to really allow yourself to reveal yourself to you for who you are. So that was Skunky Spirit. Know your worth. There you go. Isn't that cute? I just picked these randomly actually and just stuck them on there to try to keep it really random. So I think that's kind of cute actually that Skunk says know your worth. All right, so that was pile number 1, Skunky Spirit. Let me know what you thought of that karma. Like I said, it's a little bit deep, but it's a good deep dive. Okay, now we're going to Stag, which is number 2. So the cards that you got for Stag are the 5 of Swords, Hanging Man, your first animal spirit card is Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Your second animal spirit card is Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. Your energy oracle card is Rest and Rejuvenation. Your first shaman card is Wild Woman. Your second shaman card is the Child. And your planetary energy is Mercury. Okay. All right, guys, you ready for your karma? Okay, here's one. So in this pile, I received the message that you did have little regard for others' concerns. You did feel that the world was against you, and you would not sacrifice your social standing for deeper development of yourself. So that's the karma, the past karma that's coming through in these cards. And that's sort of the main message that was coming through with these 2 cards. And we're going to dig a little bit deeper. So what's going to happen here is we're going to get a little bit deeper with this message. And then we actually get some wonderful clarifying solutions through the shaman cards and the planetary card that you have. So let's start with Sandpiper Spirit. So in the Sandpiper Spirit, because this is karma, this is telling me that you would not embrace fun or seeing yourself in a lighter way. So there's some of this builds up into why you were having little regard for others. But when you have little regard for yourself, you are going to have little regard for others. So with the Grasshopper Spirit, not having faith in taking chances, lack of faith in the universe, and co-creating with spirit. Yeah, there was really a lack of almost a love for yourself, a deeper appreciation for yourself. And often you took everything quite seriously, really seriously. Couldn't take a joke, couldn't be playful about situations and people around you. Your rest and rejuvenation here for your energy oracle. Really, I mean, it's telling me that you gave no time to self-reflection, connecting to spirit, or even using your intuition. So there was a lot of ego that was, directing you. And that's not an uncommon thing. Like, if we're thinking about the past, people were in the past really driven by their egos and their thoughts, and nobody took a lot of time to dig deeper into their own intuition and their own deeper feelings. So yeah, it's feeling like the world was against you, though, I think it's a really hard energy to move past. With that sort of energy, you're going to have a lot of envy of others, a lot of anger, and almost you kind of build up a superficial attitude towards how you want people to see you, right? Because you're insecure. You're insecure because you never got to know your deeper self. You only sort of knew yourself on the surface of being a human. You didn't know yourself in a deeper aspect of your soul, your spirit that was within you. So because of that, you would not give up any social standing. Like you would always have to dress your best. You would also have to have the best vehicle. If you lived in a time where vehicles were, maybe it was the best horse in the neighborhood, I don't know. But best home, like you really needed to have that. And when that's all that you focus on, it leaves very little room for humanity, right? So it feels like in this life, and I said I wasn't going to say when, but I don't know why I said that. So I don't know, maybe that is a message for you that in this life you are digging deeper into yourself, knowing yourself deeper, because I wasn't going to specifically say when you were going to clear this karma, that it's just past karma that you're dealing with, that you will have in this life, that will influence you in different ways, subtle ways, sometimes not so subtle. But let's get into the shaman. So let's not focus so much on the karma, but let's figure out the solutions or the clues that shaman spirit is giving you about this. So for our first one here, wild woman. So wild woman, she is a reminder of the essence of authenticity and freedom. She doesn't care what people think of her socially, right? Because she understands herself on a deeper level. Wild woman is basically asking you, shine brightly and allow your true self to engage the world and to energize the world. Do so with abandonment. Just be you. What feels right to you. Put aside what you think others want to see of you, or how you think you'll look best to others. It's really about you, your deeper self, and letting that shine through. Letting that shine through. Because when you do that and you feel comfortable doing that, and you have that freedom to do that, you will actually have regard for others. You will be concerned about other people's feelings because you're not feeling trapped. You're not feeling confined. You're free, and so you would like others to feel that. Now the child card too is a really beautiful message here for you. So the child card is about a new beginning, a second chance. So this is like a second chance for you in terms of perhaps relationships that crumbled, soulmate connections that, I guess at the end of the cycle felt pain or difficulty in the connection with you. So this is a second chance. But this second chance is about doing it in the way that a child would, with the fun and enthusiasm of a child, but without being naive. Because you're not naive anymore. Your spirit is learned and understood that it's not important in terms of always having the best outfit and looking the best in front of everyone. It's about feeling the best inside yourself. And a child does that. A child doesn't care if they have pink pants and a red hat and a green shirt. It's their favorite colors today, so they're going to do it, right? So that's what spirit, the shaman, are telling you, is to help you clear this karma, right? You'll feel so much better about yourself, and your relationships with others will be less strained. So what message does Mercury bring to you in this? So the message that Mercury brings, well, for one thing, Mercury is the messenger. So Mercury is the messenger of the gods, sort of the in-between for man and the gods. Know thyself and communicate it to the world. That's it, guys. Know thyself and communicate it to the world. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't feel like the world is against you, because the world isn't. But if you play that in your mind, that the world is against you, then you will be self-conscious of what you're wearing, or you will never feel like you're looking your best to anybody. It's about how you look and how you feel to you, and that will make your relationship stronger. So there you go. That was Stag Spirit. Take the lead. Oh, take the lead in your own personal growth. Take the lead in how you want to be. Look at how confident the stag is with all that crazy shit on its antlers. But it looks great, and it doesn't care what you think. Stag is confident, right? All right, there you go. That was number 2. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of that karmic energy reading for number 2. Get this out of the way. My goodness. Oh, 1. I'm gonna push these out of the way. Let's see what's up there. Good. Okay. All right, guys. Now we're doing number 3, which is Panther Spirit. So what past karma are you working through? Do you have the Strength card, the Queen of Coins, Pentacles? Your animal spirit card is Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Your Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song. I know these like all look really good, but when we're talking about karma, they're not, so don't get too excited. Your Energy Oracle is Appreciation. So your first Shaman card is the Gatherer. Your second Shaman card is the Circle. And your planetary card is Uranus. Jeez, I told myself I was not going to say it like that. Uranus, I hate that planet. I wish I hadn't picked that up. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh yes, I'm on page 3 now. So page 3. So let's get right into it. The karma that you're dealing with from a past life or past lives. So there was a great deal of focus on your monetary wealth and gain and having a strong presence socially. You were basically engaged in politics to serve yourself. So that's what you were doing. And that's the karmic energy that you're dealing with right now. So that's the message that I get through the Strength card and the Queen of Coins. And it's sort of reverberated through your animal spirit and definitely through your energy oracle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through your animal spirits and I'm going to give you a little more detail about what you were specifically sort of doing that created this karma. So with the Rabbit Spirit, luck did surround you. So you surrounded yourself with luck, but luck was surrounding you, and it was surrounding you to help you look after yourself and others. But your choices were fruitful only for yourself. So you did not really believe that there was bounty for everyone, I guess, is the best way to gently say that. Yeah, you had, like, this is a very lucky card, but you did not utilize it to the best of everyone. So you did utilize it to get further political gain for yourself, which in turn gave you further power, which in turn gave you further monetary gains. Yeah, so I kind of feel like in this card, like, you know, some of the little babies went without food, but you had a really nice home and a really nice situation. But that's the past, and who knows how long ago that was. Like, maybe that was 300 years ago, maybe that was 80 years ago, maybe that was 500 years ago. But it's a karma that you developed at some point in one of your lives, and it still influences you now somehow. But hopefully by going through this, it might actually help you clear that and give you a good insight into what is going on around you. You may actually be experiencing a real lack of bounty, and that's because you're still working through this karma. But let's go into Canary Spirit. So Canary Spirit, sing your own song. So you sang only your song. You made meaningful promises to others but fell through on them. So you broke faith with others. You broke trust with others, but you gained a lot in a monetary sense. You gained a lot of power, but you know, we have to remember when we gain those sorts of things, when we gain money, wealth, possessions, power in a lifetime, you don't keep that. That's gone. That's man-made shit. It's gone, right? So you gained that, but in the way that you gained it, you created this karmic energy that's kind of giving you a lack of stuff, a lack of, you know, I want to say a lack of, you know, a lack of abundance in general, really. A lack of abundance and appreciation. Like you really only appreciated what you could add to your world in a physical sense. And it's, you know, and this is the third pile I've done. And the other two piles were a little bit similar, just in the sense that there wasn't a lot of deep connection with spirit or intuition or anything beyond, you know, sort of the physical realm. But I think that's normal, because there's a real sort of awakening and openness to spirit that is occurring now that didn't occur so much in the past, right? Okay, so that's the karma, but now let's go into the shaman cards, because the shaman cards give us some answers here. They give us some help and some direction. So with the gatherer, so the gatherer card is asking you to banish the idea of scarcity. The bountiful harvest is around you. No hoarding is needed, as bounty is everywhere. So you don't need to feel lack. Even if you're feeling lack, don't feel that lack. See if you can reach down deep inside yourself and remember what it was like on a spiritual level to have everything you needed, to have everything that was provided for you. That's because it's there. The bounty is there. And if you're in a situation where you're still trying to get as much bounty as you can, so that, you know, and maybe taking some bounty from others, well, you need to stop that cycle. You really need to stop that cycle, because it's not serving you. And at some point, you're going to end up with nothing, because there is enough for everyone. There really is enough for everyone. The circle is a really important message too from the shaman. This reminds us that we are all one. So when we take from others, we do take from ourselves. When we deny others, we are denying ourselves. So by doing that in the past, you have brought that to yourself now, because we are all connected. And so is the bounty that awaits us, the cornucopia that any of us could have, is available to everyone. And when one feels it, all should be able to feel it, correct? So let's go into your planetary card, Uranus. I said it right. So Uranus is about powerful human needs. It's about a larger vision and humanitarian service. Big thoughts and big changes. I really like the last aspect of this planet in terms of humanitarian service. That feels very much to me like a very strong way to help clear this karma, is humanitarian service. If that is something that you're doing now, you are absolutely on the right path. You are absolutely on the right path. It can be something as simple as volunteering at a local church, going once a week to a hospital to volunteer. They always need people to help others get directions through the hospital. Like, there's so many things that you could do to volunteer time. Maybe there's elderly people in your neighborhood that need help with simple things like going to get the milk and bread. Maybe they can't keep up with their gardening. Maybe you enjoy gardening, so that's something that you could give to them, that service in return. So I really think that the planetary card is a wonderful way to hint to you or speak to you to clear that karma. All right, so that's Panther spirit, guys. Reclaim your power and do so while taking everyone with you, right? Don't need to leave behind. No one left behind, guys. So leave me a comment. What did you think of that? I feel so judgmentally, right? Like telling you guys, this is what you did. But this is what the cards are saying. I am just, push that out of the way, the messenger. Spirit is sending us the messages, and we don't always want to hear what Spirit has to say. But Spirit's going to tell you anyway, so I'm just making sure I'm getting the right pile here. All right, yes, this is the right pile. Absolutely, okay. So the fourth choice was Dragonfly Spirit. It's a pretty card. But what kind of karma lays under it, huh? Let's see. Oh, the Hierophant. The Palace of Wands. Your first animal spirit card is Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. Your second animal spirit is Dove Spirit. Be peace. Your energy oracle card is Broken Heart. Yeah, you were pretty good at that. That's what the cards told me. Just saying. Your first shaman card, oracle shaman card, is Thunder. Just look at that. Look at the explosive energy coming out of these buffalo, and it's almost universal energy surrounding them as well. Pretty powerful stuff. Your second shaman card is the Earth Keeper. So you are the only guys that didn't get a planet. You actually got an element, air. Huh, that will be pretty interesting to see why, eh? Why did you get an element instead of a planet? Only the spirits will know, but we will soon find out. Okay, you ready to hear it? Are you guys ready to hear what your karmic past is? Okay, so you followed your deep desires constantly and you broke hearts. You cheated in relationships to fulfill your own desires. Your desires were constantly changing, but you did not communicate these desires to those that were close to you. So there's nothing wrong with having desires, nothing at all wrong with having desires. That's not where the karma comes in. So where the karma comes in is the failure to communicate these desires to those that were close to you. So what happened was you didn't communicate that. So these people that were in your lives, these are spirits and souls, they had no idea that you had this new feeling or want or desire in your life, and you did not give them the chance to be part of that for you. Instead, you left that situation and went to where you thought you could fulfill those desires. And not necessarily that it was always like a romantic desire or a sexual desire, but more often than not, it was, from the energy that I'm getting from these cards. So let's get into, so that's sort of the story that is told for me in your two tarot cards and your energy oracle card. Now, Cow Spirit, your two animal spirit cards will give us a little more insight. So with Cow Spirit, it's basically saying the more you share, the more you will manifest. Be generous and you will never run out of miracles. Not expressing desires to those around you doesn't fulfill your desires and does not build relationships. So you failed to recognize the miracles in the people that were around you in a past life. You failed to recognize that they may also shift into new aspects of being that can complement what your new desires in life are. So yeah, you left a lot of people behind, you know, feeling sad and disappointed and really heartbroken. There was a lot of broken hearts. I don't want to say that there was 9, but 9 just jumped out at me. So perhaps there were 9 broken hearts in a past life or past lives. So now, with Dove Spirit, this Dove Spirit card in terms of how it relates to your karma. So, can you agree to disagree is a real message in this card. Feeding off of conflicts fueled your desires. Like, isn't that odd? Do you ever feel like that? Sometimes do you ever feel like conflict or arguments kind of fuel new desires that you have, or somehow it inspires you towards desire? I thought that was a really interesting message, and I don't know if that is just a very subtle message for 1 or 2 or 3 people in particular, but there's something there about conflict and it fueling these desires. So you want to recognize that to try to break that cycle. a little bit. Now, as we look at your shaman cards, these have some answers for us. So I want to go into that because we've got the basic message about following your own deeper desires constantly and breaking hearts, cheated in relationships to fulfill these changing desires, but never gave the people in your life the opportunity to understand what your new desires were. So now that we know that, let's get some answers. Let's get some help for this karma. The Thunder card. The Thunder card is like a tower moment. It exists in this life to change and force new perspectives upon you. So you may be experiencing many changes, or you may be experiencing so many changes in past lives that have caused turbulence in this life. So you may feel like you have a lot of tower moments in this lifetime right now, but it is because of tower moments that were created for other people in a sense, when you did break hearts, or you did walk away, or you didn't communicate. Communication, I don't want you to get confused in any way that the desires were the karma. The desires were not the karma. It was fulfilling the desires in a way that ruined other people's hope, that did not allow other people to continue on a journey with you when they really could have. So that's where it is. So these tower moments were created for others. And that's why you may feel this turbulence in this life now. Tower moments in this lifetime because of that. The Earth Keeper has a really good message for people who picked this pile. So with the Earth Keeper, take care of others. Reach out to those you have not spoken to in a long time. People you have not spoken to in a long time, maybe people that came into your life early on and they went in a different direction. And perhaps they went in a different direction because the karma was just there for them to leave the situation as it played out between you and them in the past, but you left them. So reach out to anyone that you've thought about from the past. And obviously it doesn't have to be a lover, but it can be a friend, because someone who was a lover in a past life may just be a really good friend in this life, but you want to kind of bind those connections together again with these people. Others desire your company and your companionship, is what this card is trying to tell you. Others really do desire that. Fulfilling this shall fulfill you as well. That's how simple it is to change the karmic cycle, is just to reach out to those people. And by doing that, by you reaching out to them, it clears the energy. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Now, why did you get the Air card? Do you remember how I talked about that it wasn't the desires, but it was the communication? It was the communication or lack of communication about the desires. So I think you guys got the Air card instead of getting a planetary card, because air is about communication, which is really divine and beautiful, isn't it? That spirit will speak to us like that. So truth and clarity, comprehending the point of view of others, open communication, open communication. Look at how open she is. The air blows around her. It moves all of her intentions and thoughts around her and towards others. So there you go, guys. That was number 4. That was Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Well, there you go. What a great way to end that one. Let me know what you thought of that. I don't know, I told you, these just felt really serious to me. Does it feel serious to you? It's like but the solution is so simple, isn't it? The solution is so simple. Okay, now I've got to find number 5 here. I've got my notes, because there's lots of stuff I do not want to miss. Okay, this is the right one. All right, guys. Who was brave enough to pick Vulture Spirit? Nothing is wasted. Let's see what your karmic energy is. You have the 9 of Wands. Oh yeah, you have the 10 of Cups. This is a tough one, guys. Get ready. This is a tough one. This is probably one of the toughest ones in here. Okay, the giraffe spirit is the first. See the big picture? The first of your animal, spirit animal cards. Your second spirit animal card is Moth Spirit, Surrender Now. Your energy oracle card is Man Holding a Coin. Your first shaman card is the Holy Mountain. Your second shaman card is the Spiral. And your planetary card is Jupiter. Oh, yeah, this one's tough. Let me move these so you can see everything. Okay, guys, are you ready to hear what your past karmic energy is? You had a heartbreaking loss of everything. When I say everything, I mean spouse, children, home. You lost everything because you didn't fight for them. You didn't make them your priority, and you lost them. Just like that. You lost everything. You had everything. When I looked at this card and I saw how it's projected there, and it's projected like a past memory that's faded and gone and stolen away, you didn't fight for them. You didn't fight for them in that past life. And when I say fight for them, I don't mean like, you know, you had to go into a battle or something. I mean make them your priority. Make it something that you constantly invested in. You didn't. You did not. If we go into giraffe spirit here, see the big picture. Seeing the big picture that you fit into is really what this card is about. Too much co-creation of new things with no attention towards what you have already created. So it was almost like you were a super co-creator with spirit, but once you co-created, you didn't keep nurturing what you achieved. You just went on to the next co-creation. Like manifestation, right? I'm going to manifest the perfect bloody family. I did it. Well, now I want to manifest the perfect job. Well, I did that. Now I want to manifest a better job. So you never reinvested into what you created. That's why you lost it. So you have to make, you need to make, we all need to make effort towards what it is that we've created, what we wanted to manifest. Because once we receive it, well, darn right, you know, if I know of some people that have everything they ever wanted. If I asked them, if 10 years ago I asked them, where would you like to be in 10 years? And they told me. And then I look at them right now and they have all of that. And you know what? They're not happy. They think they have nothing and everyone's doing them wrong. And I can just think to myself, you'll never be happy because you're always just thinking about the next thing you need to create. Once you have it, you need to continue to nurture it, water it, fertilize it, weed it, tend to it, right? Or it's gone. This was so beautiful. This was a beautiful life. Okay, moth spirit. So, and I'm not trying to be judgmental about this. This could very well be my karma, man. I haven't picked any piles yet, so I don't know. I'm just saying what spirit wants me to say, guys. So with moth spirit, chasing other opportunities, obsessed with work, obsessed with eating, obsessed with perfectionism, and other addictions. So it's almost like constantly flying into the light bulb, like a moth would, like constantly flying into the light bulb and not seeing other things around you. Yeah, well, you have a family over here. Yeah, but the light bulb is so cool. So it was like you were really distracted with manifestation. You were like a master manifester, man. Like you could manifest anything you wanted into your life, but you didn't hang on to it because you didn't continue to nurture it. This man holding a coin, I guess he could be holding a corn. It would not be quite as prolific, but so a man holding a coin. This man holding a coin really broke my heart. So it was like, it just tells me that this was a really stable, genuine foundation that was left to collect dust, to go unwanted and undervalued. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the details here about why this is gone. If it just walked away, you came home one day and it wasn't there anymore. Excuse me. But let's not get into that. It's just the energy that we're looking for. So if we go to your first shaman card, the Holy Mountain. Don't let your doubts stop you. Climb the mountain. You need nothing to climb the mountain, just yourself and your willpower. Now you ready for this part? Once you reach the top, you will see that what you were seeking, you already have. Excuse me. My throat's getting dry after doing all these and I didn't get any water for myself. So what you were seeking, you already had. So that's a really important message for you in this lifetime, which is going to help clear this karma. This, even possibly a feeling of not being able to manifest. You manifested almost like in an unbridled way in a past life. It's like having like 50 kids. You had 50 kids, but you never thought about feeding any of them or clothing any of them or sending them in any of them to school. You were just always making another one because that was the fun part, right? The creation was the fun part. Looking after it wasn't so much fun. Your second shaman card, the spiral. This is really deep. So when we go into this one, this is very deep. And I was surprised how this came out in a reading about karmic energy. Trust your new skin. Trust your new life. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time and let nature take its course. Stop chasing the next best thing to see the best thing right in front of you. I just thought this was amazing how these cards came out. That's really a profound message, guys. Both of these are such a profound message. You're climbing the mountain. You're climbing that mountain for what you were seeking. And then when you get to the top of the mountain, you realize you already had it. Right? And what you seek is right in front of you. Okay, your planetary energy for Jupiter. Jupiter is about the desire to understand the big picture, to prosper and expand. Embrace joy, faith, and spirituality around you now. By embracing that, it sort of slows you down. It slows down this desire to constantly manifest, to constantly have the next thing, to constantly have that new little toy or gadget in front of me to entertain me. Just enjoy what you have right now. Just enjoy it and appreciate it. This family was gone, but these spirits and souls are around you now. They don't cease to exist. That situation just created this karmic energy for you. So Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. Oh, you know, after doing that and reading that, I feel like this is sort of a final message to you. Nothing should be wasted, right? Don't waste these wonderful things that you have manifested just to go on to the next manifestation. You must nurture it and love it. Like I said, water it, fertilize it. It's like a beautiful little plant that needs to be loved. All right, please leave me a comment. How did you feel about that? Does that resonate with you? Oh my goodness, this is a heavy reading. I was not prepared for this. All right, we're going to the last one. We are going to the last one, which is number 6, which is Parrot Spirit. Watch your words. Okay, guys, what is your karma? What is your karma? You have the Justice card. Oh yeah, and don't get fooled by really good tarot cards. It's all reversed because it's karma. Ace of Swords. Your first animal spirit card is Electric Eel Spirit. Your second animal spirit card is Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh yeah, I didn't read this one. Bring your ideas to life. Your energy oracle card is patience, which I think I need to say to my dog right now. She's like sitting there watching. Look at her watching me. I think it's getting close to dinner time, and she's like, why are you not feeding me, human? Human! I was probably bringing karma on myself, right? Like, I'll probably be hungry in the next life. Okay. Your first shaman card is wind. Your second shaman card is the owl. And your planetary card is Mars. Here, let's bring this down a bit so you can see the cards a little better. And I will do this while the little white dog stares at me intensely, really, very intense. Okay, so you guys want to know, what is your past karma? Okay, you ready? Lack of patience, injustice to others because of selfish actions, which lacked clarity. Divine timing was never allowed to happen. So you were really impatient about waiting for stuff to happen, and because of that, you left people behind. You left situations behind that could have been fulfilled in a much better way, but they were never allowed to because you ducked out, man. So you ducked out. Let's go to Electric Eel. So with the Electric Eel card, the Electric Eel is telling us you experienced a lot of epiphanies and many aha moments, like, aha, now I got it, right? Like you were constantly trying to transform your life without allowing time to develop the transformations. Constantly, you were on a new path and leaving others behind on the previous path that you started. You guys are a little bit similar to number 5, but number 5 was different in that they were constantly manifesting, but not nurturing it and going on to the next one. But their karma is different their karma is different. So if you had any inclination at all for number 5, you can go check that one out too. But yeah, so basically manifesting, transforming your life, but going on to the next thing before really allowing the new transformation to develop. And that leaves a lot of people behind. The turtle is telling us really the same sort of thing. So turtle spirit is saying now is not the time to rush around and to force a matter or outcome to occur. Slow and steady wins the race. True love and true success come with patience. So not only did you rush through situations and new manifestations, but probably new loves, new relationships with people, did not allow them to develop. And I feel that in a lot of situations, you did not so much leave someone behind. You left people behind, but in some circumstances, you barely got to know someone who you really should have gotten to know on a deeper level. And that ends up being a loss to you as life goes on. Those people were not living the same pace that you were. So even though they didn't get to connect with you, they would have connected with someone else down the road, but you never made those connections because of the patience, the lack of patience, allowing divine timing to occur. Divine timing is everything. So yeah, so the general message is that you were always transforming your life, which is pretty cool. I mean, transformation in life is wonderful because it brings new experiences, new people, new situations. It really shows an ability to manifest. But if you don't allow those transformations to fully develop, then you get nothing out of it. Like if you want to manifest the perfect partner and you do that and the person comes into your life, but the divine timing needs to kind of play out for you to get to know each other in a thoughtful, timely manner. But you don't have the patience for that. I'm out of here. I gotta go, man. This is taking too long. This can't meant to be if it's taking so long. But well, it was meant to be, but you just didn't give it a chance. So you may be feeling in this life like maybe you can't manifest things very well, or you're questioning, is that the right situation for me? Like there's not a lot of clarity for you because you kind of walked away from that. So let's look at the shaman card. So the wind is a really unusual, actually it's the last card in the shaman deck, and it's one of the few cards that's really about an element like this in the shaman deck. So whichever way the wind is blowing, the message is a challenge to you. When the wind blows, do you jump to follow it, or do you stand strong until it passes? So when the wind blows, there's a change, right? So are you just going to go with the wind every time it blows? Or are you going to stand strong and say, no, I'm going to wait for this storm to blow over, and then I'm going to keep working on what it is I'm working on here? Not every change in direction really needs to be followed. Wait for the wind to blow in your direction, right? Wait for the wind to blow in your direction. You can go with the wind, or you can stand strong and finish what you were doing, finish what you were developing, what you were working on. The Owl card. So this is your second shaman card. The owl brings you messages from the invisible world. She opens your eyes so that you may hear your ancestors and guides. Acquire their wisdom and make it your own. Know the divine timing in everything, right? What did we talk about? So you are like a co-creator with spirit. You were manifesting, but you weren't really listening long enough to get the full message. And if you're not listening long enough to get the full message, well, it's just a half truth or a half knowing. And a little bit of information is pretty dangerous. It's better to have all of the information. So you're sort of being asked to dig a little bit deeper in this lifetime. Listen a little bit longer to spirit. Give spirit a chance to work, right? Spirit doesn't work on our time. Spirit doesn't work on our time. It's all about developing and growing. It's all about being a human being, not a human doing. And I think I said that in one of the other piles too. They sort of needed to hear that message as well. Just be in the present. Enjoy what you've manifested. Think about your next manifestation, but don't forget about the manifestation you've just created. So with the Mars energy, this is really about, a lot of people think of the Mars card about war and fire, but Mars is about courage, confidence, passion, and strength. So not to run or fight, but to persevere. To persevere. And that, in a sense, is being a warrior. Because when you persevere, you allow things to happen. You allow things to become what they should have become, to fully transform, right? That's what being a warrior is about. Being a warrior isn't about just running off all the time to the next battle. Being a warrior is about persevering. It's not just about running or fighting. So persevere. Once you have made that commitment to manifest something or transform an aspect of your life, show it some faith. Show it some devotion and allow it to happen. All right, guys, I'm exhausted. It was tiring. There was a lot of energy coming out of that. There's a lot of karma. Now I have to post this and forget about what the numbers were and pick one for myself to see what I need to learn. Oh, that is crazy. Oh, the little dog, she's happy now. Hey, hi, Lily. Say hi to everyone. Lily. Hi, Lily. So Lily's happy because now she knows I'm done, and I'm going to go feed the dog now so I'm not starving in my next life. So thank you, guys. Let me know what you thought of the video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love your comments. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.